Welcome, I'm the Kaiju no Kami here at Denver Pop Culture Con 2019. I'm here with artist Afua Richardson.
Hello.
Welcome. How is your time in Denver Pop Culture Con going?
It's been amazing. This is my first Denver Comic Con, and I feel like, I don't know, I had a couple of days to kind of get used to the city, get used to the altitude. That'll take you on a ride. But it's been great. I've had a really amazing time. Everybody here has been so nice, and yeah, I hope to come back next year.
Have you gotten to see any of those sites or anything while you've been here?
Oh, a little bit. Just kind of walking around, getting a feel for the city. I like to just walk places and see what it's like. Not even with a particular destination, just to feel what it's like to just be in the city. Like just get the vibe of it.
So you said you've been having a good time here. Have you been busy then?
Very. I have barely had a chance to get away from the table. As a matter of fact, I am working while we do this interview. Because I've had so many commissions and it's been really great. People have been very supportive, and it's nice. It's a little, it's validating a bit. I kind of go through this bit of imposter syndrome sometimes. Like, what am I doing here? I'm a band nerd. How did I end up making comics for a living? I'm not Neil Adams or Brian Stelfreeze or Mark Brooks or any of these other incredible creators. I'm me, me, the person who makes like sketchbook comics, and like, how on earth did I end up being here? But I am really grateful to be an artist.
What did get you into doing comic books?
I really love them. And I started coming to conventions and just speaking to the creators directly. And you'd be surprised. Many of them are very, very helpful. I mean, what other industry can you go right up to the creators, the CEOs, the writers, the artists, the editors? They're all right here at the show. You can speak to them directly. Could you imagine that with music? Like, hey, the Red Hot Chili Peppers are just sitting behind a table. And I can just go and get all of my albums signed, take a photo with them, and then hear stories about their life. That's amazing. That's incredible. Like, I was in the music industry, and my thinking to myself, how accessible comics are. Like, and I thought, well, I didn't go to school, I wasn't trained, so how could I do this for a living? I respect crafts too much to even consider that. But, going to shows, speaking to people like Neil Adams, Brian Stelfreeze, Mark Brooks, they're all very much like, hey, you're good at this. Try this. They're excellent teachers. They'll know what I'm doing, what kind of errors I'm making. But not even so much errors, just the things that are keeping me from being the best me. They were able to identify and then say, hey, why don't you try this? And it worked or it didn't. But I had the psychological permission to try, which is what I didn't have. And I think that stops a lot of people who are pursuing art because they think, I have to be excellent at this right now. I don't draw like that, so there's no way that I can do this. But I'm completely self-taught. So someone like me can do it who had no artistic training whatsoever other than I really want to do this and I'm willing to listen and learn from people who are in the industry and professionals doing this, right now, then, why not me?
And your first comic was a series called Genius?
That's correct.
Is that what got you to fully just go into it? And for my viewers that might have never heard of it, what is it about?
Genius is a book under Image Top Cow about a 17-year-old tactical genius who dismantles the gangs in South Central and forms a citizens militia and starts taking over square blocks of Los Angeles. Now, I was a background singer, and I was working at a jingle house when I got this gig. I had just gotten fired from my job, actually. And I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. And literally a month later, I get asked to work on this book, and I was like, man, I think if I were still working a regular job, I would not have been able to do this. And I felt like I had no idea what I was doing, and I wanted every page to be a cover, which is impossible, because that's way too much information. And it was definitely a learning process for me. The first issue, I felt looked horrible. But other people were moved by it. They were like, yeah, But I learned as I went along. Each project like another learning experience. So I got paid to learn. And coming from classical music, it's like, hey, you're going to start an instrument and you're going to be terrible. And the only way that you're going to get better and become competitive is if you learn techniques, repeat them, draw every single day. I mean, every day, even if you don't feel like it, because sometimes you're going to have deadlines and you're not going to be in the mood to draw. You've got to figure out how to be a professional and not only a comparable artist, but a businessman as well. And that's something that's sort of a dirty word for a lot of artists. You know, the art business, because it's very difficult to charge correctly. It's very difficult to put a value on your work because you feel like, oh, well, if I love what I do, I don't work a day in my life, said no artist ever. You know, like, it is still work. It's just at the end of the day, I'm really proud.
And one thing that it shows that for like kids that I teach a lot, that they just shouldn't give up if they want to pursue it, right?
Absolutely not. You've got to have that fire. You have to have a passion for it, because there are going to be times where you're just so exhausted. You're just so exhausted, and you're just like, I have nothing, but I have to do this. When you push past something like that, and you beat that level on a video game, even though you're like, I have no idea, I did it. I've done this. That is you're leveling up. You know, you're pushing through difficulty, and you're giving yourself something that can't be taken. You know, I know there are a lot of people who feel like, oh, well, I used to draw and I let it atrophy and it's too late for me. That doesn't exist. It's really all in your mind. It is all in your mind. Yes, this is a competitive industry. Yes, and not in a competitive way that like people are competing with each other, like Game of Thrones, like backstabbing, right? It's just like, oh, what? Backstabs, chest stabs. No. Competitive in that people are pushing to be excellent, and what can they get from you that they can't get from someone who's already honest? But valuing your vision, valuing what it is that you have to say, because you're not them. You know, every single perspective and view and experience is unique, even though we go through very similar things. So when you create something that's honest, create something that you know, or something that you research, or even just love, you'll see it show up on the show. A lot of times Marvel and DC will hire you to do something that you like to do. It's nuts. Like, what job, like if you went to work today and said, hey, you know, what would you like to do today? What do you mean what I like to do? It's work. So people have trouble equating joy, art, and it being real work. Because for a long time it was like, oh, I don't want to be a starving artist, and you have to get a real job if you want to do art. But you know what? So much of our decision making and shopping and emotional anchoring is anchored to art. So we go to the grocery store and we see a package of something that we've never bought. We trust it because of the graphic design. That is the power of art. We're feeling a certain way. We'll see a t-shirt or a mural or something, or we'll hear a song and we would have been feeling a certain way, but if it's our favorite song, it changes. That is the power of art. And so for me, when I was a kid, I really had a hard time. You know, everybody has their stories, and I don't really like measuring the suffering of others. You know, like some people go through some really hard things, and everybody has their own walkabout. You know, but I went through some really hard times, and if I didn't have a sketchbook in my hand or like headphones and my flute, I don't know if I would have survived. So I want to get back to the thing that literally changed my life, because when things were so hard and I thought I was literally going to die.
Now, moving with the Marvel, you've got to work on Black Panther recently.
Yes.
What was it like getting to work on a series that has now also, thanks to its movie, become really excessive in the fandom?
It's been a lot of fun, actually, sort of seeing this resurgence because Don McGregor poured his heart into that book. You can tell when you talk to him, you know, that this was his baby. He was doing things that, you know, Marvel was saying no to, and he was saying no other way, you know? And so to see it pass from the hands of Don to, you know, Reginald to Christopher Priest, and each of them participating and giving a piece of themselves, you know, I thought to myself, okay, well, first of all, this was the covers that I did were only supposed to be variants for Ta-Nehisi and Rightstuf. So I thought I was just doing one. This was going to be a one and done, and I better put my all into it because this is important. Brian Stelfreeze was one of the guys who, when I was clutching my sketchbook, completely afraid of even considering being an artist, he would hold it from my hands, look at my work, and just be very calm. And just say, hey, I see what you're doing here. This is great. Keep doing this. But try this. See if you like this. Just finish this. Really, no, it's a good idea. Trust it. Just that kind of positive confirmation, but also very honest critique it really gave me just the courage to even think about being an artist for a living. So to work on a book that his interiors are going to be in, I had to bring my A game. So my name, Afua, is a West African, American, but the name is from Ghana. And so in Ghana, they have a lineage of philosophies called the Adinkra symbols. And the Adinkra are little symbols that have meanings attributed to them. So I thought I'd take those symbols and philosophies and put them into Black Panther covers because I hadn't seen them. I was like, what can I bring that's unique that nobody else has brought? It's like, well, I'll just put a piece of me. So I put the Adinkra symbols behind each of the characters that pertain to the story. So behind T'Challa, I put he who wants to be king must first learn to serve. You know, and so I thought that was perfect for T'Challa because he's coming back to Wakanda and he has to address the individual needs of the people. They are in distress, they are angry, and in order to be their leader, in order for him to be re-accepted, he has to learn how to serve what it is they need in order to not only survive, but be well. You know, like being a leader is not just telling people what to do. It's understanding that you have a responsibility to care for the wellness of others. And that might mean doing things that are uncomfortable and unpopular, and you might not get thanked for it, but you're putting yourself last. That's a really difficult job to even conceptualize. So I thought that symbol fit him perfectly. And then behind Zenzi, who's this inhuman that pulls out the raw emotion and feeling, Tambo Bemfrey beginning me to stew in his own juice. I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect. You know, so I when I got asked to do the rest of the covers, I put the same things in those, and then I saw the language that they created in the film, and I spoke to one of the CG guys, or the guys who worked on the film, and they were like, yeah, we had your work open, Jolita, Mark Teixeira, and I was just like, my work was theirs? Oh my god! And it was so great. It was so great. I saw everybody get dressed up and just get excited. Like little kids, all walks of life, all colors and shapes, dressing up as Black Panther, and Shuri is now a lot of people's favorite Disney princess.
She was amazing in the movies.
Oh my gosh. I think the actress really brought out her character because I don't know if she was as divine before. She felt like just a female Black Panther, and it's not to discredit what anyone has done, but that's just sort of like she was on par with him. When he would leave, she would be Black Panther.
I felt like she in the movie stole the show.
Oh my god!
Chadwick.
Yeah, she was just so charismatic and so just so sassy. Right?
Like,
I love her.
It was like she took the snarky attitude from Q from James Bond.
Right? It was great, and then to see people dress up, people had a sense of pride. They saw themselves envisioned in the future, and it was beautiful, and it was regal, and it was okay that there were African garb attached to it. Because, for me, just discovering the Adinkra was huge for me. Because, this is no offense to my father at all, but I grew up thinking that anything that was traditionally African was superstitious. And he's coming from a Southern Christian background, so that is what he believed in, and that's what he, told to me. But then I got a chance to tell him about the origin of my name, and he was proud to know it. He had no idea. He had no idea that different parts of Africa had these lineages, because that's what was taught to him. And so being able to share with him, he's a brilliant man. He's a physicist. He's a sculptor. Being able to share with him something about our history to gain like a new sense of pride associated with being of African descent. I saw that just spark in so many people, and people who aren't of African descent. It just seeing people come together and say, hey, we really like this character, and it's universal, even though it's set in futuristic.
Oh yeah, it's in my top 5 favorite MCU films, so maybe even number 2 or 3.
Right?
And I especially loved it because the whole movie was like a spy thriller with Black Panther.
Right? And it's such a great feeling about it. So I was really proud to be a part of that. Even if I was literally just the tail end, just like, I'm adding salt to this jambalaya. I chopped no vegetables. I give all credit to where credit is due. And that's okay, because they deserve credit. Mark Teixeira deserves credit. John Romita Jr. deserves that credit, because they were part of this amazing legacy. This is not new, but it's been re-enlivened. I'm glad to be like, hey, yes, I'm a part of this thing that feels super new and amazing and incredible, and all those African dresses that I have in my closet, I'm so wearing them to conventions, even more now. But remembering who they are, remembering they're still here and they are a part of this lineage, and seeing their name roll up on the credits, it was like.
Now, for social media links, where can people find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at Doctafoo, DOCTAFOO. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. Where else? ArtStation, all the places at Afua Richardson.com.
Finally, because you do have a background in music,
Okay.
if there was one song to describe yourself, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. Wow, no one's ever asked me that before. Thinking. Oh, I stopped me on this one. Okay. I don't know, it's so hard to think of songs that describe people. Like, now I have all these songs like rolling through my head. I've got like No Doubt, like, I'm just a girl, I'd rather not be. Like, and then like all these different things flying through. I'm like, let's see. I'm gonna think on that. How much you know?
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And until
Thanks for
next
hanging
time,
with us.
bye.